First thing you're going to notice when you get the cover off here is that the oil pump's actually built into the cover. You got to line up these tabs there. The gasket's still all intact. And I'd just like to welcome everybody back to part 3 of the 2.4 liter ecotec timing chain replacement. So now that we got the cover off, we can see what we're working with here. We have the crankshaft there. To the left is the tensioner guide. That's a 10 millimeter bolt on the left. You're going to want to have the keyway pointing at the 12 o'clock position. So we will reinstall the crank bolt and get that in the proper position. Right directly above that, you have an oil squirter. And as you can see here, the timing chain guide which broke is flopping all around. Later on, I end up digging out a piece that was laying in the front of the engine there. Oh, there we go. There it is. Piece of the timing chain guide. The rear chain is for the water pump there. So what we're going to do now at this point is go back to putting the crank bolt in. I'm going to do that off camera here. And I'm going to put the crankshaft in the 12 o'clock position. Now that we've got the crankshaft in the 12 o'clock position, we'll go down and verify that. See, it's facing pretty much 12 o'clock. Might have been a hair forward. That's alright. This is a variable valve timing car. Now your timing marks on the cam gears are going to be at the 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock position. 2 o'clock for the intake and 10 o'clock for the exhaust. You can't really see them very well right now, but I will mark them out. There we go. They're all marked out. This isn't going to matter because I'm going to be taking these off and changing out the chain and the one phaser. You will need 2 24 millimeter wrenches, or the standard equivalent, or 2 adjustable wrenches for that matter at some point here. But meanwhile, there's a plug that you're going to have to take out. That's a 10 millimeter hex bolt, or hex head bolt, that I'm going to do a little bit later on here. Right now I'm just kind of showing everybody what it looks like, where the timing marks are. There's an upper timing chain guide here. There's 2 10 millimeter bolts. They sit just between the VVT sensors and the chain. We're going to take those out once we take the tensioner out. Now, back in the back here, let's see if I could get a good shot of it for you. I did take the tensioner, or I'm sorry, the guide off, but the tensioner is back here. It's a 32 millimeter sized socket. Your best bet is to get a long 1/2 inch ratchet with a flex head and get a shallow 32 millimeter and just crack it loose with that. After that, you can basically turn it out by hand. Right now, that's what I'm doing here. You guys can't really see a great shot of it, but now that I got the bar in there, I've got the tensioner turning. There we go, got it cracked loose. And if you pay attention to the chain on the exhaust cam side down below it, you'll see it move a little bit as I take the tensioner out. That's how you know that it is coming out. Well, aside from it coming out, obviously. Now that's going to take a little bit to get that all the way out. But like I said, as you pay attention to the lower part of the exhaust cam, you could see the chain slowly moving back towards the back of the engine. And now we have it out. The new kit does come with a new one. You see that little groove in the tensioner that actually has to line up on the back of the tensioner guide. So now what we're going to do is take that 10 millimeter Allen, or hex, whatever you want to call it, and crack that loose. There is thread sealant on this, so it is going to be kind of hard to bust loose. Once you get it loose, Don't forget to apply a little thread sealant when you put it back together. All this is a cover. It's a cover for the top 10mm bolt for the front timing chain guide. Once you get that out, you're going to carefully remove the 10mm bolt that is behind that. Don't drop it down in the engine. Then you're going to be in a world of hurt. So, you know, try to your damnedest to not drop that bolt. And it should go fairly easy. I have this just about out. I don't know if I take that bolt out at this point in the video. I don't remember offhand. So now that we've got that out, we're going to take a look at the timing kit here. Now, they did give us a new oil squirter, which resides directly above the crankshaft. There's a little plastic squirter. It diverts oil down onto the timing chain to lubricate it. You do need to replace this. It's a wear item, and it takes all of 5 seconds to replace. Not really, probably like a minute, but see it right there? It's directly above the crankshaft where I'm pointing. So we're going to change that out while we're down here. Now, like I said, it's a 10mm. These bolts as well, you want to be careful you don't drop them down into the oil pan. Otherwise, you're going to be pulling the engine, or at least dropping the subframe. Either way, it's a pain in the butt. So now we're going to get that new one in. Tighten it down. Now we're going to loosen up the lower timing chain guide bolt on the front of the engine. This is the intake side. Now this one as well, be careful you don't drop it down into the oil pan. So now we got that out. We're going to remove the timing chain guide. Because this was broken, it came out nice and easy. Be a little careful when you're putting the new one in. So that's out of the way. Now, I believe that's where we're going to let off on this video. So to follow along for the rest of the parts of the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends if you think they have this issue and they might want some help learning how to do this. Thank you for watching, and everybody have a great day. Peace.